Alright, I've got a question for all those refugees that want to come here. Why didn't they choose to be born in Australia in the first place? Because I remember it well. You're in a small room before you're born. There's a white sheet of paper. There's a question at the top. It says, where would you like to be born? And I answered Australia in clear print, S-T-R-A-Y-A. I remember it very well. Small white room. There's a guy called Dave. He gives you a pen, you answer the basic question, and so life begins. It's a really simple system, yet still, the detention centres on Christmas Island, they keep filling up because some people don't read the bloody question, and then all of a sudden, after they're born, realise, hey, maybe I do want to live in Australia. It's all a bit rich, I think, don't you? Why you would choose to be born in a war-torn, famine-ridden country when we have such nice beaches here is just, I'll never understand that. But then to try and come here and seek asylum illegally and take our jobs, that's right, mate. I'm going to have to learn how to read if I want to compete. That's what it's got to, mate. Their English as a second language is better than my English as a first language. And that's a threat to me and my family, and that's not cool. Not in my Australia. Now, I don't work. I'm on the dole. I don't intend on working, nor having a family. But just the thought of having to get educated to stand a chance just gives me the shivers, mate. They have a great time in the bloody detention centres as well. You see them on the news. They're always having parties in there. The media calls them riots, but they're parties. They're house parties. And the ones that sew their mouths together, that's not a protest. They're just showing how content they are. They're like, yeah, no worries, everything's sticking here. No. Because if they had a problem, they'd unsew their mouths and bloody say something. They're the ones that light themselves on fire. They're just saying, look how fucking lit it is in here. That's all it's an expression of happiness, much like dancing. Some of these refugees might be terrorists. You know, that's the thing. We've already got so many dangerous things in Australia that can kill you. You know, I'm out there bloody stomping around through the long grass to scare off brown snakes. And what, now I've got to worry about stepping on a terrorist as well? I don't need that shit, you know? I think Pauline Hanson's got a good stance on Muslims. You know, I think she knows what's best for 1/4 of the world's population because you know what? She didn't go to uni like some backwards cunt. No, instead she worked in a fish and chip shop in Ipswich. Now, you can't get a job at a fish and chip shop without having a greater understanding of world religion, human rights and international politics. It's all you know, you just wouldn't be able to use a deep fryer. It's too complex. And that's much like the issues we face today. That's why I trust her. Even though her paranoid, hate-filled views do subtly incite extremists to burn down mosques, which, mind you, is nothing like the Nazis. Don't make that comparison, please. The Nazis burnt down synagogues. Reclaim Australia burned down mosques. Alright, it's a whole different type of architecture. Alright, I won't get into it. I just don't think that Muslims can integrate into Australian society, you know, because I've tested this theory, mate. I threw a ball to one and he couldn't catch it. You know what I mean? Like, admittedly, it was out a moving vehicle and he wasn't ready for it. But still, sport is such a way of life here. If you can't catch a ball at the lights, you know, you're going to have a hard time here. It's not like we're going to be the first country to try this. Other countries have victimised Muslims very recently and with very positive results. Just look at this BBC documentary from 1997 called Islam in France.
L'arrivée massive qui continue d'immigrés clandestins cette fois-ci dans notre pays est vécue comme une véritable invasion de la France.
Nearly half the white voters in this town support the National Front.
Nos coutumes de vie ne sont pas identiques et nous ne pouvons pas vivre ensemble. Eh bien, rentrez chez vous. Eh bien, c'est ce que nous demandons.
Strikingly similar to what Pauline Hanson is saying today. And listen to these Muslims and these locals as well, exchanging their stories and views. All similar things we hear today in Australia.
C'est difficile de vivre avec des gens comme ça. Des gens, ils n'ont pas la même religion, pas la même mentalité. C'est quoi? C'est vivre avec des gens comme ça, c'est tout sauf le bien-être.
Si t'es musulman et pour eux t'es musulman, t'es pas intégré, c'est clair.
Quand on voit des mosquées, moi ça me fout hors de moi. Tu viens en France, tu vis à la française, même si t'as pas les mêmes idées. Au moins, d'aspect, tu vis à la française.
And now, of course, we know that very victimisation has led to one of the more peaceful coexistences on Earth today. I can't keep a straight face anymore. I can't do this. How do you dumb cunts think the world works? You don't appear to understand human nature. Do you think if you vilify someone for their race or religion in a foreign land, you think they just conform and shut up? No, look at history. They get fucking even. Do you think that ISIS are looking at a big map of the world planning their next attack? And do you think if they see the countries that have banned Muslims, they'll go, oh, we better not go there and do an attack. They've banned Muslims. That could look bad. That could hurt ISIS's global image. No, they're going to go challenge fucking accepted. So spread love and tolerance unless you have a death wish. Merry Christmas.